Okay, so I have created like the contents. It's a high level content, and everything has like a covered everything in it.
Awesome.
So we have a report writer, like an advanced report writer, where we are, sorry, report writer overview, where we are going to discuss generally standard reports and how to copy standard reports and the details of the standard reports, available reports, how to search and how to find these things. And that's what we have done, right?
Correct.
And then we have a building custom report, like that means advanced reports and the different objects. These are the areas, which is like generally the advanced, creating the advanced objects. And then we have to discuss the sorting, filtering conditions, and the prompts. This is the point where we have actually covered so far, this portion.
Awesome.
And then we have worked on the prompts, different type of prompts, how to go to create a prompt, and how we are actually working on the different type of prompts. That's what we have done. In the last session, we were discussing the totaling and the grouping, where we were not able to complete this portion.
Okay.
This was on the Friday,
Uh-huh.
and I was able to complete it due to the internet issue.
Right.
So I'll
So
going
we
to create it again. Yeah.
okay. Sounds good.
And then we'll discuss with the security. We are going to discuss about how to schedule the reports. We will work on the matrix report. Then these are the pretty much easier reports here, the easier concepts till
Uh-huh.
here. Then the matrix report is slightly different concept, but we are going to complete it uh, by, I think, in a day or two. And then we will work on the calculated fields. This will be taking a day or two.
Okay.
Yeah, the calculated fields, like all the calculated fields we are going to discuss, and then we will see how to evaluate the performance.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, so this is like the overall concept. And then when we left with all these things, when we are cover all these areas, then we are going to work on the search report, which is not actually the content of the area, but generally I do go with with the search report. At least one I create them, so that my students or my the people who are working with me, they should know how to do that, and how they are more similar with the normal reports.
Okay.
Does this make
Cool.
sense?
Yep.
Any question, any concern, anything you want to add?
Uh, let's first finish with the curriculum, and then maybe if I do have any questions, then we could ask. Is that
Sure.
cool with you?
No, yeah, that's good. Give me a second. Let me go.
Awesome.
Give me a moment. I'll open the system. Okay, so let's create a simple report. I think the tenant is normally getting refreshed every week, right?
I did not know that. But the thing is, I can't log in. To the tenant.
Okay, let's do it. Like once we create this thing, and then we'll go and I'll discuss with by the end of the class, like what are the tenant setup and how it would get refreshed. It's not like the course content, but I will explain it to you so that it will help you in the life.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Uh, I mean that like with that what I want to know, and then I'll like normally we need to have a reasonable names, right? We have already discussed this thing. In the test tenant, we normally don't do it, but in general, we should do a proper naming convention so that when you are doing it, you can find it out like how to use that. So group report, okay, and I go with the advanced reports. And then I go with, uh, let's say, I want to do cost center reporting, right?
Yes.
Or the expense reporting, like, so that I would like to make it more like a percentage, reasons, like how we are going to see the different type of expenses, right? Generally, like when you are having an expense report, their expenses are normally consolidated on the level of cost centers and the workers and all these things. So I'm using something on the expense reports, or something on the other than like a all worker report, because all worker is not like a really a report where we should look for the different type of areas, right? It's only the one tag, like employee and their salary. We can't do anything else on the another areas.
Correct.
So what I'm going to do, expense report is, do you know about the expense, right?
Uh huh.
So, and the expense reports are the lines, or the area we normally create expenses.
Uh huh.
And when employee is creating an expense, it's always gathered in the one area is called expense report for company. Probably we are going to use for this thing, or expense report lines for the company. These two areas are gathering with the expense reports normally. Expense reports is a primary object and allow one rows, and everything is whatever is approved, cancelled, and created for that company is there,
Right.
right? So we are going to use, other than like a worker object, we are using expense reports as a group. We can change to anything else too, but for now, I feel like that we can try to create a expense report lines, or we can also copy the custom report, which is like already their expense report lines for the date range. So there is a two ways. Either we can create our own expense report from scratch, or we can copy it, and we can just try to manage that thing. So for now, I'm just creating a expense report object for in front of you, and I'm going to use this from brand new, and I'll also tell you how to copy it, like from the existing report, where you have some information and you want to add more. I'm going to use expense report lines for dates. So I click OK here,
Yes.
and then I will be going to use region. So first of all, I'm just like normal expense report line. I need to add a different type of fields, whichever I need. Uh, so I'll use the field called, let's say, worker,
Uh huh.
group name, worker, and all these areas. First off, group name, then I'll create a worker. Like group name is just like a name for which I'm going to create like a group name as a header, which I'm going to show you like how to add it. And I'm going to override this column heading with the region
Uh huh.
and cost center. So what this will be actually doing, that it will bring the cost center and region, and it's not nothing, right? It's just a group name which I'm going to use in the sort field.
Uh huh.
Okay. So for now, it is empty. Return blank for the report detail row will display an identifier for the group header, group total for the group totals, which is coming from the sorting areas. I'll show you what. But for time being, just consider that it's nothing. It's an empty field. We just put like a tagged something here, and we are not going to use it for now. Then I'm going to use a worker, which is like a worker is an employee,
Okay.
and their object is there. And then I'm going to use expense report.
Uh huh.
And then I'm going to use expense line amount in USD.
Uh huh.
Actually, now this is the place where I'm going to record the information, or I'm going to uh, this is the amount where I wanted to make the sum, right? This amount is only the sum, right? Nothing
E-
else is a sum right now.
uh-huh. Okay.
And I wanted to use in USD. There are different type of already information, so I just wanted to use expense report line amount in USD, and then I'm going to use a count.
Okay.
Count is like how many numbers are there for this information, right?
Uh-huh.
The count is the total number of this object. Okay, so it whatever is summarized on this level, it will be having a count. And now this is just a one number expense line amount. I wanted to make it sum, right? Remember that we did it in the last time. There are different type of options we have, like sum, count, average, and the other areas, right?
Uh-huh.
Maximum, minimum, and these things. Average, you can do the average here. You can do the sum or maximum or like a minimum. So I'll just do sum for now, and then we'll work on the other areas too.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And also we wanted to show the sum, the currency conversion, right? Like you can put like a currency symbol here,
Yes.
right? So I'll put this here. Now I go to the sort, which is like actually my area where I'm going to add it. So I'm going to add here the two columns. One is a region and another is a cost center. Region and a cost center. And what that means actually I'm going to have the sorting on the base of these two areas, region first and then the cost centers. And then I wanted to put it as a display header, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to put our display subtotal,
Yes.
right? And then I'll put here on these all areas like we wanted to do the grouping, total, and the grants.
Uh,
Okay,
yeah.
click OK here. So now if I run it,
Uh-huh.
I run it for GMS, US. GMS is actually the in all the learning tenants, we have a GMS as a default company.
Uh-huh.
Okay, now if you look at this, this is like a in this Southeast Asia region, there is like a $21,000 dollars expenses, and these are 34 expense reports. Make sense?
Yeah.
Or in headquarter region, there is a 800,000 plus expense line amount with the 4,000, approximately 4,000 expense report. When I click here, it will open up, and the first value is a region and then a
Uh-huh.
cost center. Oh, this is not good. This, okay, let me close it down and I'll do it for the smaller number so that it will be easy to explain.
Yes, please.
Okay, let me refresh it. Let me rerun it. Okay, there are 34 records, so it would be much more better. And there is a this is a region, right? APS South Asia is a region, and this region has
Yeah,
a $21,000. And
right.
then there is a cost center, which is 33200 is a cost center. And when I click here, it will show me workers and their expense report numbers, which are in this cost center. In one region, there can be more than one cost centers, right? And these are the actual employees are per. If you want to download this report, you click here on this Excel sheet and you click on the downloads. The rest is like a simple one, so I do not, we didn't downloaded it, but if you
Okay.
download this, it will be having the more uh, different type of zones or the way it will be structured. It is a proper Excel formatting.
Uh-huh.
You know about like how to grouping in Excel, right?
Yes.
So this is like they are using a group Excel's group and further down, and you can do the drill down.
Oh, wait, interesting. So this is in Excel. This is in Workday.
Yeah, we downloaded it, right? We just downloaded
Yeah.
it outside Workday.
Wait, so
Yeah.
okay. So what file is this? Is this an Excel file? Okay.
Yes, this is Excel
Oh,
file.
oh, okay.
See that sometimes you this is the Workday, right? Sometimes
Right.
people need it in Excel, and this is Excel. I downloaded it in my local desktop, and now I can share it with the people where I have to share.
Okay, so the format when it's out is in this format, correct?
Yes, exactly.
I
So
see.
this is like a grouping has been done for us by default.
I see. Okay, cool.
And if I'll close it again, and you can see that we have the same thing here. The first it is on the cost region and then the cost center. Now I'm going back to the complex one.
Okay.
Let me refresh it like with the US one because it makes now bit more sense for you. So this is like the headquarter, and if you click here on headquarter, you will find that there are multiple cost centers. Whereas in see 1000 C office, 3000 office, and they are further grouped on basis of cost centers, and the total would be different. Like the total for headquarter was 800,000 plus. Remember, it will come on the end. This is 800,000, and the total is this. And then there is a cost centers, and each cost center has a different amount. And when you click on the cost center, it will further drill down to the employee, each employee.
Understood. Sorry, my nose is very stuffy today, so I'm constantly muting myself because of it. So my response might be a little slow if I'm blowing my nose or something like
No,
that.
no, no, no worries. I will be more slower then.
No, it's okay. No. It's just that I won't be responding as fast because my nose is very stuffy today. That's
No,
all.
no, no, no problem, sir. Okay, so any question on this? This is a one of the important concept. Like normally we don't use it, but it is a very important concept. We use matrix report in sense of this, but sometimes management they want it like in this direction, like the high level bird eye view, and they want it to go drill down into that area. I normally use matrix report for this purpose unless I really have to do this.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I'll show you one more report, which is not part of the report, and we have this like the aggregation. Like remember that we have done two things. We have just bring up the maximum
That's
sum
right.
and the count.
Uh-huh.
And if I wanted to edit it, I can go with the maximum number. We can come up with the minimum numbers. What are the maximum expense report amount or the minimum expense report amount or something like what you wanted to get, right? Because
Right.
it's a like grouping. You wanted to group and sum something. If you don't have this sum, it will not work. Like if I remove this and I remove this and I remove the count one, it will it should show me some errors because it
Uh-huh.
does not make sense.
Right.
It should be something, right? So
Uh-huh.
I have an average. I get the average, like what are the average. I can get like a minimum, maximum amount. So anything like which is like a numeric and the summary will work here. But if it is just like you wanted to group some persons and you don't want to get anything out of it, it will not be working in that way.
Understood.
So it's more like a summary report, right? This is a average. Average is like
Uh-huh.
919, and the maximum is 6,000. Then you can put like minimum. What is the minimum? There is a grand total, like total of this one, the average totals, and the average maximum.
Uh-huh.
So there are multiple type of things here. And anything, any question?
No, this is pretty succinct.
Okay, great. Now I'll go back to my edit report,
Okay.
and now I wanted to work on the one more like a security. We have discussed it before, but I would like to explain it in more detail again, so
Okay.
that if we've missed something, you will remember.
Awesome.
So there is a share. You always want to share your report, right? It's not
Correct.
you wanted to keep it to yourself. So there is the owner of a report who has developed the report, or if someone has transferred the ownership, or there is a sharing options. You wanna share your report with someone. If you wanna share your report with no one, then that means by default it's no one has been access to this report,
Okay.
right? And then share with the authorized users. Authorized users are the persons who are actually authorized, like they have access to the data source. For example, if I'm talking about HR expert has a authorized users for all HR data. So they will be as an HR expert users. So if I put this, then only all the people who have access to this business object, they will bring this data source. They will be able to achieve and receive this information. Otherwise, no one can do.
Uh-huh.
Right? So if they have already accessed, they can. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Then there is a specific authorized users and the group.
Okay.
This is a really good thing where you are saying that either you want to authorize one person or you are authorize many people.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So authorized groups are like, for example, you want to give authorization to HR partners
Uh-huh.
in your company, or sorry, or you want to give a finance. financial, because it's a finance, this is expense, so it will be go to the financial people, right?
Uh-huh.
So do you want the financial auditors or compensation administrator of your company to do that, or manager to see this report,
Uh-huh.
or the different type of groups which are already built in security groups, they can have access to this report. uh, of course, we are not going to discuss a security in detail, but we are going to discuss at least a bit of the security, so that you will be at least knowing that what are the securities and how it works, right? uh,
Right.
you have already done a HCM foundation, right?
I have not. What is that?
Okay. HCM foundation is normally telling you that where employees basic transactions, the different domains of the employee, different functionality or different pieces of the employee, and the security in more detail, and the business processes.
Cool.
Okay, so if not, then I'll explain a bit of them.
Yes,
Let's
please.
say the data sources. If I'll go on this data sources and click here, this data source has some securities, right? Now
Uh-huh.
look at this data source and look at who has access to this security groups. Which security group has access to this data source? These are the security groups who have access to this data sources,
Okay.
which are controllers, CFOs, CEOs, cash management, analysts, and so on.
Right.
So only these people can be part of this security group. For example, if I'm doing it like integration admin, it is coming here, right?
Right.
Because it exists here. And you can add anything here, which is here. But if you don't have and you wanted to give your HR partner access on this data sources, how can you do that? You go on these three dots,
Right.
you go to the security, you go to the view security, go to the related action, security and view security, and you will have this page, right? When you have this page, you click on these three dots, related actions,
Correct.
and go to the domain security policies
Uh-huh.
and edit permission.
I see.
And when you reach to this screen, and you add something here, right? Let's say, because I just wanted to, there is a two type of roles like view or modify. So we just want to view, right? This is a report, so we just want a person to review. So I put HR partner here.
Correct.
And now which HR partner? Okay, let's do the HR partner underscore LP and click OK. And now this security group HR partner LP has a view access, right? I click OK
Uh-huh.
and I have to activate my security policies. Activate pending security policies changes. And I just say anything like you need to give some comments in production so that people know that what have you done and why you have done.
Uh-huh.
And I click OK. Now it's told me that what I have given and who I have given, what type of accesses. This is like me and someone has done other than me too also giving some accesses. Now it's done. Now I'm going to add HR partner here. See,
Uh-huh.
and I click. uh, have you seen that previously it was not HR partner here, and when I
Right.
added the security group, it's now I can do it. And similarly, I can add the authorized users too in the security group.
Wait,
Eh,
yeah, can you show the step for both of them? If, or one of them at least?
Yeah, yeah, we can do both of them.
Yes, please. I think that's fair. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we can like this means this or this. This is not and, this is or.
Or okay.
Yeah.
So how do we? Can you show the step on how to add the authorized user as well?
Oh, just put like the name of authorized users because there are some persons which are coming to you. So I just
Okay.
send Logan. I know that we have to give it to Logan McNeil. So I just click it, Logan McNeil.
I see. Uh, so how about a custom one? A custom authorized user. You
What
know
do you
what I
mean
mean?
by custom authorization?
Like, assume you have a colleague and you want to add them as an authorized user.
So Logan
How?
McNeil is a colleague.
Right. How do you add an additional one? Like,
Nothing. You just have to search here. Search his name
oh, I see. I see.
because you have to search the name, write the name.
Okay.
Just I'm writing the name and then I'm searching it. So write the name and enter.
Okay. Understood.
Any question?
Uh, no, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Okay, I'll not take you further from for today. I'm just trying to keep it here because like the security and these things I want you to do the practice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So